Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Taking the Lead, or if it's your first time, welcome to Taking the Lead, our leadership video podcast. I'm your host, Ken Jacobs of Jacobs Consulting and Executive Coaching, and you're watching this probably in June of 2025. And, we've talked before about leading through uncertain times. This feels like tumultuous times beyond uncertain. And this has nothing to do where you may be politically, but there is so much going on every day. And many leaders feel unmoored, for lack of a better term. So I just want to share some thoughts with you about what you can do to lead more effectively during these times. So number one, step up and into your leadership. Focus not just on managing your agency, your corporate communications department. That's important, of course. But during challenging times, focus on leading people, on building your followership, on building engaged, impassioned followers. Remember that leadership, as we've said before, is a two-part choice. Your conscious decision to lean in and lead up and lead people, not just the numbers, not just the projects, not just, as we said, an organization, and their conscious decision to follow you or not. Because as I hope you know, they can follow you or not. They may come in and do their work and check things off the checklist, but that's not empowered, enabled, engaged followership. That's what you want. So step up and step into your leadership as you never have before. Related to that, get feedback on your leadership performance. This is no time for wishing and hoping that you're leading your people effectively. You need to know which of your people buy into your leadership style and are following you, and for which ones maybe that leadership style is not working. Which leads me to number three, be willing to modify, to customize your leadership style for everyone you lead. My previous point, I hope, points out that truly effective leaders are willing to customize, to create a bespoke leadership style for everyone they lead. Now, that doesn't mean having vastly different leadership styles. You're going to have your core leadership style, but just a little customization, something a little bespoke, nuanced changes. So if you lead three different people, you might have three variations on your leadership theme. Four, to communicate and reiterate and repeat your organization's values. People connect, they're loyal to, they're engaged with organizations and leaders where they share a certain amount of critical values. They don't have to share all of them. That would not be very interesting, but there must be enough so that your people understand why we come into work every day, even if hybrid, even if only via Zoom, what we're striving for, what excellence looks like here. Remember this when you give an assignment or constructive feedback. Tie it back to a core value. Tie your point of view back to the organization's values every time. Number five, maybe even more important than communicating your organization's values, are to really live them, live your organization's values, your team sense when your actions belie or are out of sync with what you say. Remember that great Ralph Waldo Emerson quote, what you do speaks so loudly I cannot hear what you say. Make sure what you're doing speaks more loudly than your words. Your actions are everything. make sure to the degree you can, your teams are engaged. If you follow the Gallup workplace engagement study, which they've been going on for years, but they really were alarming in October of 2 years ago. The level of disengagement globally, it's really awful. And while there have been some upticks, they're really not good. I think the last one really proves that we are in the global era of disengagement, or the era of global disengagement, however you want to look at it. It's something like 65% of all employees globally feel disengaged from the organization and its values and their leaders. So even if you think you're doing better, right? Even if you think more of your employees are engaged, so what is it, 60%, 50%? Can you achieve what you need to achieve, what your organization needs to achieve? Will it achieve its goals if only 50 or 60% of your people are engaged? So you've got to find out if they're engaged. And I believe you need to take steps to increase that level of engagement. Don't be satisfied with that 50 or 60 or even 65%. Dial up your emotional intelligence, your EI. If you haven't yet explored emotional intelligence, now is the time to do so. If you've not taken the assessment, the emotional intelligence assessment, now is the time to do so. What are you waiting for? Take it now. Learn which of the emotional quadrants in which you live, in which you're strong, and which ones need work. Now, one thing we've been talking a lot about in the last year or two is the importance of dialing up your courage. We've talked on this platform before about how attractive your courage is, how it acts like a magnet to your people, and they follow courageous leaders. The more uncertainty, the more tumultuous the time, the more people are aware, if you're experiencing and living in courage or fear. Their antenna are on high alert for fear from you, but your people so want your bravery. Do your self care, whatever it is for you, meditation, mindfulness, deep breathing, exercise, Pilates, the list goes on and on and on. Do your self care, encourage your people to do their self care, and they need to know that you're doing it, right? They need to know that you're taking care of yourself, and that signals to them that it's okay and that they really should take care of themselves, whatever self care is for them. Number 10, don't go it alone. Why go it alone? Hire a leadership coach, join a leadership group, create an informal gathering of fellow leaders to share with, to support one another. And if nothing else, one thing you'll learn from creating a group is that others are going through a lot of what you're going through as a leader. So get the support of a network, reach out, find a leadership coach. We'll give you some details about that on the end. And know that this too shall pass. As many of you know, I was in the PR business for 25 plus years before launching our businesses in 2007. We've experienced ups and downs and tumultuous times and uncertain times. Know that this too shall pass, because I know it. And if you know it, your people will know it. Now, circling back to something we said, if you'd like to reach out to explore leadership coaching, no obligation, no hard sell. We'll just explore any leadership issues you're having as a leader, or any issues you're having in your life, right? Because life and business are so related. Or if you have some great leadership opportunities, you really want to step in and step up quickly please reach out to me, KEN at JACOBSCOMM.com. Again, KEN at JACOBSCOMM.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. And as we always say, until next time, keep on taking the lead.